Hi, in this section we're going to cover the editing of the service types. So we're here, admin, service types active, and then we have our list of service types which is covered with the video here. So we're going to go ahead and click on the edit button for the standard saloon, and you can see that we have two drop down at the top, two drop down lists, and we can select it's best not to change the default vehicle types that we've added, just leave them as they are. But you can certainly go ahead and change the, so that may be, for example, standard sedan, or it may be called a comfort sedan, okay, and you can keep that format in any way that you need. So long description, this goes out on the email communications when somebody books this service type. So anything you put here, maybe this vehicle takes 4 passengers and three medium-sized suitcases, whatever you want to write about the vehicle type, and that goes out in the email. It also forms part of the web plugin, the B2C booking engine for your website. That would also apply there. Is tax applied to this particular vehicle type, yes or no? Sometimes, certainly in the UK, coaches are not. So maximum vehicle age, that really applies to a demand partner adding a vehicle type where they can determine the age of the vehicle they want to cover their bookings that they're pushing in your direction. So you can go ahead and ignore that. So the approximate passenger seats for this car type, 4. Approximate luggage capacity for this car type, 3. You can go ahead and change it depending on the vehicle type you're adding. The next one here is the dispatch time shift. So Smart Dispatch runs every 5 minutes, takes a new snapshot based on fleet availability and location, looks at what's coming up and then pre-assigns rides in the future. And it does that using real-time traffic and some other variables in the algorithm. But for a particular service type, maybe not a comfort sedan, but something a little bit more unique, like maybe a people mover or a minibus, you can send it out a little bit sooner. So if the system determined that a ride for this vehicle type had to be dispatched 30 minutes before the time the customer was expecting it, by adding 50% here, it would add on another 15 minutes. So it would dispatch the ride 45 minutes before the customer was expecting it to turn up. So if you're predominantly comfort sedans, the setting here may be 0 or 10%. But if it's a people mover or a minibus or a VIP vehicle, maybe you want to make sure that gets sent out a little bit sooner. That setting also exists if you watch the accounts video. You can also, on an account by account basis, you can send jobs out earlier even still and prioritize your bigger customers. So just sticking with dispatch time, so you can set the minimum dispatch time. Again, for a standard saloon, it's probably the minimum 10 minutes, but if it was a people mover or a minibus, you probably want to turn that up a little bit. So no matter what the dispatch, the smart dispatch determines is the dispatch time, including this would override completely. So do you want to turn smart dispatch on for this vehicle, yes or no? There is a global setting where you switch it on and off, but on a customer by customer basis and a vehicle type by vehicle type basis, you can switch it off as well. So again, if you wanted coaches to be switched off, you'd select no. And then we come down to the pricing. So do we want to, is it an hourly pricing or is it distance or distance and time? So they're combined, and that's covered in a separate video. So is this a rideshare vehicle? So if you're setting this up as if you're selling the vehicle by the seat, then the answer would be yes. But if you're just selling it on a pick up to drop basis, the answer would be no. So similar to what we do with accounts, you can make this vehicle type pop out on the unallocated page. So when your dispatcher is sitting there, you can make this stand out. So we can give it a kind of a bit of a hue, and on the unallocated page that will be highlighted so that it stands out. So maybe not for a comfort sedan, but certainly if it was a minibus or a VIP job, you might want to make that pop out a bit. Integrated partner owned reference, that deals with our transport services manager layer up here, so that can be ignored. Thanks for watching.